It's always weird to, like, when I start these videos, I have to look at myself in the camera. And in doing that, thusly, I realized that I haven't looked at a mirror or any kind of representation of my own face in a while. And it sucks to just like think directly about your face and the way that it looks. People that do that for a living, people that are like faces, like the Hollywood actors and the celebrities and the politicians and all of that. I don't get it, man. Models. It seems like you get tired of thinking about how your own face looks. Maybe they just really love how their own face looks. I can't. I mean, I'm not saying like I look at it and I'm like, yuck. Yuck. Okay. This run has already started off in a worse state than the previous run. Fuck it, man. I don't even care. Oh, God. We're definitely going to get hit on this fight. Yeah, this run has done just about as much wrong in the early going as a run can do. Didn't wait till I got another weapon. Going against the bad bird. The one that is the absolute hardest to flawless. With just the pilot's starter. Because I was like, I don't need to always make a big deal on it. Yeah, there we go right there. There's the hit. There's the hit that I was pretty sure I was going to take at some point. So we're starting way on the back side of things here. Like, the problem with this fight is not that, you know, it's so hard that it's going to kill you. It's that you're going to constantly be trapped in these situations where it's going to take fucking forever to get anything done. I could have used both my blanks to defuse those situations, but it's very likely that another situation is right around the corner. And, you know, why I went early, I don't know. This is like there's like a 1 in probably 12 chance of getting this particular room. Maybe even lower odds than that. Not a heart, of course. No heart, no key. I'll guess no brakes. Anyway, whatever. We're moving on. Rough start. We'll keep going though. We'll turn this run around, hopefully. But you know, I was thinking about, well, might as well shoot a bullet there. I was thinking about how you know, I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, I'm just doing this as part of like preparing for myself. Dude, I'm gonna go unlock that with my lockpick. I mean, I'm gonna try. Sucks for that reason. But you know, we know how this run. We know how this is right now. 2 fails in a row. Lead God's already out the window. You can't get invincible in every run. That'd be boring. But I feel very, very invincible right now. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I think, like, sometimes I'm like, I think life would be terrible if I was a woman and I had, like, there's a societal impetus to, like, look at my own face all the time and think about how people are going to be thinking about me because of the look of my face or the look of my clothes or whatever. Like, when I get dressed, it's like, man, I really like this shirt. These pants feel comfortable. We're done here, right? Like, it's never like, I hope. There we go. I hope that I will be judged favorably by strangers and my own friends and all of that for wearing a certain way, looking a certain way. And every woman and most celebrities has to think about that often. Dude, did I hit that fucking water barrel? Okay, I didn't. Nope. God. Gotta focus. Oh, I'm feeling a lot of stress on this run. There are times when I've left the house, like, fully, like, funky, like, stinking. You know, I've left the house, like, with no idea that there's, like, food on my face or, like, mad boogers falling down. Any of that. And people have just been like, haha, that dude looks silly. Like, I don't know what they thought. It also doesn't matter to me what they thought. Like, I never have had the pressure of, like, building, I guess, like, putting my self-worth in some ways in the opinion of random people. And it's just, it's like, it's so nice. Like, it's so nice. It's such a fucking, like, blessing to not have to think about that shit. And I know that that's something that I just kind of, like, lucked into, you know? But I don't know, man. Jackie started watching the People vs. O.J. Simpson, I think is the name of the Netflix drama show. I think that's the name of it. I know there was an O.J. Simpson documentary. I think that one was Made in America. Was the name of it. And then I think this one is the People vs. O.J. Simpson. Whichever one it is, whichever one this one is, it's got John Travolta looking like Ray Liotta. I'm not sure who he plays because I was kind of young when the whole Rodney King, O.J. Simpson thing was going on. All of the faces and figures, they didn't really stick with me. I just know it was a weird time for race relations in the country, and, like, the idea of race relations were a weird thing for me because I was kind of in an ideally, you know, sort of, like, mixed situation. Like, I had friends from all types, Jewish, white, black, whatever, nerds and jocks and goth friends and stuff like that. And so it was very weird. I mean, I guess this probably was before people started being jocks, or started being goths. But it was very weird to kind of be told that race relations were strained in the U.S. during that whole period. Not know specifically, like, not feel it firsthand. Like, I mean, I kind of felt it. There's a, like, not a friend. Well, I guess we were friends until this one kid, you know, we were playing handball, and this friend at the time, you know, you're supposed to peg each other. There's the whole point. It was a kind of brutal kids game where if you screwed up, you got a fucking tennis ball thrown at you at full speed. And it was my turn to peg this guy. He had to stand on the wall, those were the rules of this stupid game. And when I hit him with it, it hurt. So he called me the N-word. And I just, like, I remember, like, losing it. Like, you know, just kind of charged him. And feeling really, really awful because he called me that word. And not, ooh, maybe. Not really, like, knowing what I was supposed to do with that, because I wasn't a fighter. I wasn't a kid who liked fighting to any degree. But, you know, like a weird situation happened, and then I was suddenly insulted in a way that that like shook me to my core, you know? Do it, yes. Okay. I'm gonna do, this is probably stupid to not wait, but I'm gonna do that. And I remember just like being, like thinking how weird it was that like this kid I'd known for so long had this like, he was willing to use a word like that on me. And you know, when the kid's parents came to pick him up that day, you know, he was told what happened, and the guy's dad said like, you keep those black kids away from my son. My this was in like the after school program, so like the counselor or whatever was a white woman, but she was on my side. She was like, your friend called him an awful, or your son called him an awful derogatory term for no reason. And you know, the father's like, that's no reason for him to lay his hands on my son. And he's not wrong, but it was very obvious at that moment, I think both to me and the counselor, that my friend had learned the term from home, you know, like he wasn't coming up with that on his own. That was a learned phrase. And it kind of like, I remember that kind of like, that shook me more than the whole thing. That shook me more than anything else, was that like, oh, this is, you know, this is like, this was placed upon him in a way. This was put into his brain. And that was my, whatever the phrase is, that was my period of, I don't know, like, that was my experience with, whoa, he does bounce off of that like a bullet would. That's crazy, I didn't know. My experience with, you know, like, strained race relations in the US, like, and it was weird, man. Like, it didn't feel good to feel that way, but I didn't know that it was like a big national issue, you know? I thought it was just like a thing that happened with a kid who I thought I was cool with. And, you know, slowly over time, saw more examples of it. Like, it would be punchlines in movies and TV shows and stuff like that. You'd hear stories about stuff, and I remember when I finally understood like why people were so worked up about like Rodney King. It kind of like, it sat with me really funny that like people could have different opinions about what had happened. Like, I remember thinking like, why isn't everybody appalled by this? And, you know, same thing happened later on with Black Lives Matter and Trayvon Martin and all of that. Like, he'd be like, well, you know, police have it tough. So, oh God. So, it never really like fully went away, I guess, which is the strangest part of all of it, is that it did to me seem like when I kind of understood it more, it seemed like a symptom of the 90s. The Civil War was only 30 years prior. So, you know, how could we expect everybody to be over it? But I don't know. It's just fucking weird. This country is so bizarre. And it's like, it's got such a smorgasbord of people. And those people should, if anything, should be the most understanding of, you know, the diversity of individuals because of the diversity of the individuals. But what it really has led to is like everybody finding their in group and the number of out groups just expanding and expanding and expanding. Dude, This is not as good as the other one. Just like nervous about running out of ammo. Did I buy the accuracy thing? Yeah. Ugh, I cannot use table tech sight. I pretty much only flip tables when at least the first table in a room, when I need to reload. I like, I'm trying to think about how I want to say any of the other things I'm thinking, because no one really likes to talk about, like, well, one, no one likes to talk about politics, and politics means anything that, oh, fuck, anything that separates people, and because of that, it gets really, really difficult. To have these things, because there's a lot on my mind that would fall into the category of politics, because usually the categories of politics are things that genuinely affect human life. You fucking gotta be kidding me with. I'm like not even God damn game. Man, that sucks. The fuck ever. Man, god damn. Oh, this would have, that was like such an opportunity to turn this around. If I had been able to take that in and had like an infinite damage weapon, it would have made up for the bullshit that has happened so far. Like the last shot right towards the end. Man. Okay, let's just do the boss. Get hit, and then, I don't know, get the clone maybe? Hopefully. I do not like what's... Okay. I was gonna say do not like what's going on with this positioning, and I still feel that way, but like... Just happened to let up right there. I'm good. Actually, there's not a boss on this floor that would have been too problematic. Just like the real thing, yeah. It's... it's been like one disappointment after another in this fucking game. Oh my god. Yeah. Alright. Well, we're gonna go to the rat, obviously. Disintegrator is not really the weapon we want for that. It's gonna hit the DPS cap and then just like kind of fall off. This weapon is no longer like kind of at all useful. It's really weird that the Stinger doesn't synergize with bees. Or bee-based items. It's real nice how calm everything feels when you're not holding the freaking old crest anymore. Yeah, back to what I was saying. It's also strange to me that People vs. O.J. Simpson, how similar the timing is to the other thing. I know that, like, someone told me one time that, like, these media companies or whatever, they get scripts. And then we're going to do that at the very end because we might get flight. They get a bunch of scripts, and then when they see somebody moving on it, they start moving on it as well. So it's not that, like, suddenly there's a huge interest in O.J. Simpson. Maybe there is. Maybe it's oh, oops. Maybe it's exactly that. Suddenly, you know, BLM and all of that is like revitalizing people's fascination with the 90s, kind of like not ambiguous. What's a good way to phrase it? It's just reminding them. It's similar enough to that time period that they're like, it's interesting to think about again, you know? Not that it's good in any way, but it's interesting. It's on people's minds, so you might as well make a thing. But I gotta say, seeing John Travolta in anything, after all I've like learned about how fucked up and weird Scientology is, and how he's not Tom Cruise levels of hyper crazy involved, but like just anybody that's a part of that whole madness feels weird. Like, I know that it's like an in-group. It's a Mason-esque organization where you benefit from knowing people who are in it, and the benefits go in all kinds of directions, you know? There's certain how am I trying to say, what am I trying to say, and how am I going to say it? There are certain things about existing that I don't get to experience, such as being part of an in-group that has such insane connections that just being a member, you know, brings you into a distinct group of people that just benefit from being members. It's so circular that I can't even like wrap my head around it. I need 2 blanks, and I have 2 blanks. Ooh, my turtles. But that, you know, that's a different way of viewing the world. Like, there are plenty of people. Let's bring up some examples, shall we? Brock Turner, the college student who raped the girl, and then the judge let him off because he had his whole life ahead of him. You know, he was basically found guilty of rape, and his punishment was severely reduced because of the potential this guy's life had in the eyes of the judge. There are people in prison still for minor drug offenses. Okay, this is the room. From decades ago, there are people who fit a certain profile who, you know, adequate evidence was not needed. It's just in the minds of the judge or the jury. So sometimes the judge decides, sometimes it goes to a jury. In the minds of whoever the decider was, they fit a profile enough that it's likely that if they didn't commit the crime, they were likely to commit a similar crime or that exact crime at some later point. So you're just kind of catching them before they had the opportunity to. And like, I'm not kidding. I've heard that argument used by people. Like, you don't even get to be innocent, you know? Like, you would have done something wrong anyway. You just didn't do it yet. They're just getting to you before you have the opportunity to. And it's like, it's frustrating, but you know, they probably would have done something anyway. I fucking hate like even saying it as a joke. It's just, it's despicable. But that's what the whole time was like. The Rodney King beating, the O.J. Simpson trial got like swept up in that fervor. Like I don't really don't care if O.J. Simpson did it, because one, I'm not a member of the jury, nor am I like in any way associated with the trial. So if he did it, I really hope that he's caught, and if he didn't, I really hope that he is found innocent. But the whole thing became like a surrogate. It became like a show trial to discuss race relations in the U.S. And it was like kind of beside the point in the eyes of a lot of people whether or not he was guilty. The point of the trial was to put American racism on trial. Oh, too early. No. Oh. Hey, WP's really good. And we got like Sniper Wolf or something. Cool, it stays on for a while. I didn't know that. I wonder if there's... I wonder if I could abuse that a little bit. I've definitely seen the videos of people using a tablet in order to spin around real quick. Take the one shot at the boss. Right up, right up, right up. Keep spinning. Dang, that sucked. It's a little hard to aim after you spin around for so long. It's the only problem I'm seeing. Well, maybe it's one of many problems. Came in from the bottom. Keep that in mind. Dang, dude. Nice. I feel pretty bad for these rodents that are with me because they're not going to see much of existence. Did everything fill up through some sort of shenanigans here? I want to get the first one at least. I wonder if it matters how fast you do this. It's probably not worth it overall. What? How did that go through? This game is horseshit sometimes. All right, I think we can really use the beam adequately on this fight. Do we get one turtle? Got another turtle back. Turtle's already gone. Got 5 blanks. Got 5 blanks. Maybe I should stand still and get hit by avoidable beams. This is like not a hard move to dodge, but I got 5 blanks. And those blanks are gold fire blanks or something, right? Okay, cool. Now I won't have to use one of my massive number of blanks to dude, 2 of the shittiest guns in the game. I'm not going after that one anymore. Ooh. I went for 1 punch too many. I didn't need to take that last swing. And I think I felt it before I even did it. Man, remember when I used to run out of time on this fight? The stopwatch? Well, we only got to do one floor with it. Hopefully we can get rid of the fucking stopwatch before we go into the boss fight. That is a shitty and unfortunate passive. I'm not talking to you, Rat. I'm out of here. Right. Everything's going to fill up all the time. There's no real reason to worry about ammo, I suppose. Oh, God. That's awful to see. I, like, instantly forgot about the stopwatch. I feel like we do the rat fight as the pilot a lot. Because we end up with so many fucking active items. Gonna get rid of a good number of them. Can I just wait a second? Yeah, I can't tell if that was any better than usual. You can't go anywhere. I can spin all day. Might have broken this wide open if I want to take 10 hours to do a single run. Which I don't. Oof. 6 points. I think that's what I hate about this fucking Table Tech site. It's just, there's so much downtime between flipping a table and being able to aim that it doesn't feel like you ever really get the benefit of the fucking thing. You know, if anybody was going to be a dick about me getting that move off, it was going to be the Squidman. That chicken was get down Mr. President-ing. Please let me turn in this fucking awful thing. Please. Like, the gun's still pointing the other direction when time slowed. You know? Whoops. Huh. I think you don't actually need it to go that high. You don't need to do it for that long for most of these. Most enemies. We of course are going to use a key there. Because I value that more than a bunch of other actual chests. Oh, come on. Is that guy so invincible? How many keys? I got a lockpick still. I still got a fucking lockpick on this run. Alright. We ended up with Mecha Junkin. I don't even know what to say about, like, that. Like, Mecha Junkin isn't the mind blower I once thought he was, but he's still fucking badass. And on a run that both Junkin and Gold Junk, they both came from destroying chests. That's pretty good. Alright. Stopwatch, get the fuck out of here. You're killing me. Not literally, but I don't like you. Woohoo! Some of these I don't know if I'd be killing them outright anyway. Regardless, the amount of damage you get from the AWP could be said to be phenomenal. Wow. Okay. Oh my god, I thought that was this guy dying. It was definitely just a bunch of my freaking turtles. Ooh, this guy's a mimic. You know what? Fuck it. Nah, come on. We don't want to use the finished gun. We're so curse-proof, though. Just got the heck blaster. Let's just turn it into money. Let's not fall into the trap of greed and excess. That was pretty crazy, though. Oh. Well, that's all right. We got one key to take with us. And a million good, decent guns now. I don't even have a Mecha Junkin thing. I should make one that wraps him in a little suit at the end. Could have sold some of these other guns. Who cares? Who really honestly cares? Usually do. I want more Simpsons, man. Like, oops. I don't want to feel like I'm at the I'm near the end of The Simpsons. Anytime I bring up The Simpsons to Jackie, like, let's watch an episode or whatever, now she's like, I thought we were done. And it's like, it's crazy to see how quickly she's gone from, like, now I understand why you like this show, to I thought we were done. I think the last episode that we watched was just so underwhelming that she's signed off on the series, and that's saying something. Like, she watches a lot of television. Like, I think a lot of people do these days. She watches a shitload of new media, you know? She's always on Hulu or Netflix or What's the other one? Amazon Prime. And I don't know, man. For a show to have, like, overstayed its welcome in her mind is, like, a sure sign that it's fallen off the rails. I think because, like, she's watched so many, she's watched through, on so many of the shows she's watched, she's seen every episode multiple times. Alright. They really want me to just burn through the remainder of this run, don't they? Why is it wearing off? Oh, because he's shooting? Huh. I do believe that was why. Yeah, it's actually really great how this gives you some time to line up your shot. Dang, dude. Been a while since I got hit. Always surprises me when that happens after a spell like that. Are we willing to sacrifice for another friend? Fucking absolutely, dude. Get over here. Open this one up and use it. That's not fair. Weird. I'll take a bomb instead of... Oops. Jar of gun friendship. Let's teleport out of here. Do another room and then come back to that one. Because I think that'll give us enough time to... change the nature of that. Gonna be another active item though, right? Like guaranteed. Yes, it is. Wait a second, let's do this. Oh shit, we're gonna get some more curse. And soon. Surprised he didn't die immediately. Wow. How much? I think it's 2.5. Dead cop 2. That's fine. We can start actually using our yuck. What am I doing? So we got a little bit of a damage bonus from that guy joining our team and promptly dying. Somebody in the walls. Our HP looks really low, but we only took a hit on a boss. It's not like we fucked up everything. Well, let's see how much we can do with this first hit. I don't know if I actually even was spinning properly. Disintegrator, that's what I'm looking for. Such a damn good disintegrator. The song that I'm poorly referencing is called Later Operator. It's by All Girl Summer Fun Band, I think. Crazy about that boy. Oh boy. And he's crazy about me. That boy is crazy. I feel like my dodge roll is really something else. Oh, God, we didn't make it to the Old King. Our HP's a little low. This run is whack in a lot of regards, but good in some others. Like the AWP with infinite ammo, that's doing some damo. I should be using Table Tech Sight and the Scrambler and the Scramblo. I'll take this. You know what, we'll fucking take it. Who knows if we're going to use it? Me. And I don't think I will. But I'm reserving the right to if I fucking feel like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of this run. I wish it were better, and I wish that whole O.J. Simpson show hadn't been on my mind for so much of it. It's just stupid how the first fight unfolded. You know, stupid on my behalf in a lot of ways. Such as rushing into the fight when there was no benefit to that at all. That's pretty stupid. He's definitely getting the other benefit too. He's turning people into little tiny chickens. Oh wait, it doesn't. You don't just go spinning with anything. And key's good, poorly timed, but you know, not the worst thing to get. I do like getting keys pretty much whenever. Oh yeah, we got a damage bonus with the dead cop. Oh, speaking of Black Lives Matter and dead cops, it's kind of fitting Shuri on top to the whole conversation. Yes, of course. Dang, it's hard to find this thing. So one time I've had the fucking Heck Blaster ready. I needed it. And I'm not just talking about on this run, I'm talking about like in general. Oh, that's an enemy. God damn it. That's an enemy. God damn it. There's the last of my blanks. That egg is fast as fuck, dude. I think I'm gonna actually use that this time. God, shitting Christ, Lord, it is so hard to do anything in this game sometimes. Get off the edge. Get. Okay. You turn into a chicken, so it doesn't matter. Keep going. Ammo doesn't quite matter. That's what I meant to do. Too many items. Jesus Christ. So we need to be spitting blanky wanks like the whole time. Dang. I guess you can overthrow. Okay, so we're going to sell a bunch of our guns, including a bunch of the ones that give us curse, such as this one, such as this one. This one doesn't give us curse, but like, you know, fuck it. Curse is at 15? No, 2.5. Still Ravenous, huh? There we go. If this thing could give clone, that'd be really cool. I've been wanting the clone for a while. It's Gunther. I'm not gonna level this shit up. Ah, let's go level it up. What do we got to lose? It's for time in a run that we don't care about. I don't know if it... I'm pretty sure it's just rooms cleared, not deaths in this one. Or not kills. He's gonna be like, not bad for a piece of shit. I'm gonna be like, yeah, you're right, you are a piece of shit, Gunther. I flipped the script on you, Gunther. Gunther is always piercing, sometimes bouncing, sometimes homing. Not bad for a red. It's on bouncing, so. I think the damage is still pretty low at this point, though. I mean, bouncing shotgun is probably what we're going to use on phase 2. He didn't say go team Gungeon. Okay, well, we'll finish the rest of these rooms. We still got, like, one heart back on the floor. I just want one go team Gungeon. That's all I'm looking for. Huh. It's a red. I mean, I guess I could tell by the way he shoots. He's still on decent. He's not on... He's not all aboard as of yet. Oh god. Okay, so now we're homing. Okay, well, cool. We're all the way there. It's the highest damage output. And we're good to go. Here, why not? We gotta be blanking like all the fucking time. It's gonna be our main attack, is the blank. We're gonna gold blank this guy. And I think we're only gonna use bees. I didn't grab that heart. I'm not going to the pen. Are you fucking dumb? Or something? How would we even get to that pass from here? Don't you know anything? Goddamn. Fool. Okay, little bit of overzealousness there. There was a little panic. I think my orbital hadn't even made it yet. Oh, it looks so close. Gotta get close enough to split that. There we go. That's a fucking Lich Flawless babies. We got at least one. That was a great use of blanks. We still even had one left in case he had done another attack before then. But you could tell by the way he was sliding, the way he moved, some would say, that that ladies' man was going to attack. Mecha Junkin. I missed you. It's been a long time. It's a crazy thing to see. I wonder how many people have played the game and never have seen it, you know? And they've done tons of other stuff in the game. It's not the craziest thing in the world, because I think once you get gold junk, there's a highly increased likelihood that you're going to see junking. It's a gold junk that's rare. Say you get it late. It's too late for it to impart upon you the changes necessary to see regular junkin. But this is a good run. This is a good run. What's that? 3-2-4? It's hard to say for some reason. 3-2-4.